Well, hello, how are you keeping? Guess who's back?
Guess who's back? Back again.
Guess who's back? Back again. I am back with the long form content over here on YouTube. I am so excited to be back because I love YouTube. It is always one of my favourite platforms myself to consume content. I just love watching people's lives and learning from people and being inspired by people. And with that in mind, I am back. And with today's video, we have an exciting new series where I am prepping for the week ahead. So it's Sunday today. The kids have been off the last 2 weeks. They had their Easter holidays. And so we're going back to school with a bang tomorrow, and I want to get ready for the week ahead. And I know I'm not the only one that has a lot going on in their life. And so I thought I would share what I'm going to do to help get ahead. Just a couple of things just to help make life a bit easier next week. So like I said earlier, I have a busy week planned. So I'm going to get ahead on some of my meals as well as doing some baking to get ahead. And I'm also going to make some nut butter and also prep some veg as well for the week ahead. So yeah, this will make life just so much easier. I am away for 2 of the days this week, so I need to get some meals prepped so that they're nice and easy for hubby to put on, because he has teenagers and toddlers to mind. And I'm also, going to get some treats ready for lunch boxes, things like that, and prep some veg to make life so much easier. So first thing, I'm going to preheat the oven to 200 degrees. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to chop the broccoli, pop it into this salad spinner and wash it and then spin it dry. And then I will pop it onto a roasting tray with some courgettes, and that will be some green veg that's prepped for the week ahead. I'm going to save these for a stock, so I'm going to pop these into a Ziploc bag and freeze them. And then I'm just popping them into the salad spinner, and I'm going to cover them in some vinegar and water and wash them. I have just chopped up the courgette into thick enough slices. So I'm now going to put these all into a baking tray. So I've just lined a baking tray with some brown paper, and I'm just going to oil it, pop my green veggies on, season them, and then pop them into the oven. I think that'll probably take about 15-20 minutes at the most.
I couldn't find a list.
Alexa, stop. Jeez, she frightened me. So I'm just going to season it with some salt and pepper. I'm going to add some thyme. And that is my veggies. I'm just going to pop these into the oven, and once they're done, that's them prepped for the week. Next up, I want to roast some carrots and parsnips. These are left over from Easter, so they need to be used up. So I'm going to parboil them, peel them, prep them, parboil them, and then roast them in the oven in some honey roasted seasoning, and I think they'll be perfect. Again, I'm going to be keeping all of my peelings and ends into the bowl for my stock. So as you can see, I have cut the carrots and parsnips into pretty even sized battens. I'm now going to pop that into boiling water for 10 minutes so that it's parboiled before we pop it into the roasting tray. So now while my veg is cooking, I'm going to make use of the hot oven and make my flapjacks. These are so easy to make. I just pop everything into the blender and just let that do all the work. But you can of course use a hand mixer or even a stand mixer if you prefer. And it's super easy. 250 grams of oats, 125 grams of brown sugar, 125 grams of butter, 3 tablespoons of golden syrup. And you can have them like that plain, but I'm also today going to add some dark chocolate chips. I'm going to pop in the oats. Then I'm going to pop in the butter. Does it want to come out? Brown sugar. I eyeball the golden syrup, of course. And then I'm going to whiz this before I add in the chocolate chips. So when that's finished, it should look like this. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's just flapjacks, so it doesn't need to be perfect at all. But next, I'm going to take this blade out and mix in the chocolate chips by hand and then pop it into a baking tray. Then I have a lined tray. There's your flapjacks. I'm just going to pop that now into the oven. I'm going to reduce the temperature of the oven slightly to 180 degrees for these. So while my flapjacks were being made, my green veg has all finished in the oven and I've just let it cool. My carrots have also just finished parboiling. As you can see, I've just let them cool in the colander. Then to this, I'm going to add a super simple honey roast vegetable seasoning that I got in Aldi. This is so good, so I'm definitely going to use this up. They came out at Christmas, but I've seen them again at Easter. So if you see them in Aldi, stock up because they are so good. And I'm only going to use about half of it. Next up, I'm going to prepare some carrots, some celery and an onion, runaway carrots there. And I'm going to do this super quickly. I'm going to use the food processor to dice them up super quickly, which I wouldn't normally do, but I'm doing so much today to food prep and I don't have time to sit and dice them all. So this is a super quick and easy way. And that's going to be the base of the bolognese sauce that I'm going to prepare. So I'm making a double batch, maybe even triple, no, I'll make a double batch of bolognese sauce. And I'm going to be making 2 meals out of that. So I'm going to make bolognese and also a hot pot. So I'm going to do the double batch, let it sit and simmer away. And the bolognese will be tomorrow's dinner. And the hot pot will be a dinner for later on in the week. I might even freeze it and then I can just defrost it when we want to use it. But it's such a handy way of using up mince, and the mince was on special this week in Aldi, so I popped a few of them into my basket. Even like this, the onions make me cry. And for the next bit, I'm going to be putting in the carrots and the celery into the food processor as it's going. So let's have a look. It should be all, yes, lovely, nicely chopped up. Let me show you. So that is the flapjacks done. They've come out lovely. I've just sliced them while they're still warm and kept them in the tin because while they're still warm, they can still break up quite easily. But yeah, once these are fully cooled, I will then pop them into a dish and we can have them for throughout the week. So this has been simmering for about 5 minutes. I'm going to now add 2 of these. These are on special at the moment in Aldi, so I picked up 2. They have new packaging, which is interesting. But I'm going to pop both of them in and brown them before I add in other things like seasonings and tomato. And these are the carrots and parsnips all done. I'm just going to transfer these to a glass dish. Next, I'm going to pop my flapjacks in. They've come out so nice. Next, I'm making my own homemade cashew butter, which is super simple and easy to make. I'm going to just use this packet and just simply blend it. You don't need to add anything to it. It's as easy as that. Then once it's done, it should look something like this, and you can go a little bit smoother if you want, but I don't mind it like this, and it should have that cashew butter consistency. So this is with nothing added, just the cashew nuts, and just blended. I would say it took me about 5 minutes. But if your machine isn't quite as powerful, I'm using a Ninja, you could add a little bit of a neutral oil. So maybe like a vegetable oil or something like that, or maybe even coconut oil would be nice. And that will just help speed up the process. So I'm going to pop this now into a jar. So that is the cashew butter. Absolutely, without a doubt, one of my favourite nut butters. So this will be great. I can keep this in the fridge just to be extra safe. And as you can see, I have it in an airtight container. And the whole family can enjoy this over the next little while. There's about, I would say about half in each. So I'm going to leave this simmering. It might as well simmer a little bit longer. And that will be a spaghetti bolognese. And then this is going to be a hot pot. It's going to be a bolognese based hot pot. So I have some, oh, it's a bit steamy. I have some baby potatoes cooking there. And I'm going to slice them up and pop them on top once they're cooked. Because if you put raw potatoes on top, it will obviously brown. Potatoes don't do so well being left. So I'm going to put cooked slices all the way on top, and then once it's cooled fully, we'll pop it in the fridge. So that is my Sunday meal prep completed. This is a bolognese hot pot. Then we have some roasted parsnips and carrots, roasted broccoli and courgette, spaghetti bolognese, cashew nut butter, and some chocolate chip flapjacks. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you'd like to see another one. As I said, I have plenty more videos coming soon, which I'm really excited about. The meals for the week are, we're going to have the bolognese, obviously, the hot pot. I'm going to do a chicken curry as well. We're going to probably have some roast chicken because there's some in the freezer. I have sausages as well, and then we'll also have a €5 meal. And there's something else we have as well. I'm just thinking, oh, I have more mince actually that I can defrost, and that can be a chili con carne. Or we might have some more, oh, we fish as well. We have fish as well. So yeah, that's our meal plan for this week. Lots of the items that I haven't cooked today are in the freezer to keep them fresh, and we'll defrost them as we go. But this will just help us on some of the busier days. So that's kind of the point of this, and to make sure that nothing goes bad as well, that everything's ready to be eaten and used up, and then we can save money. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, because there's lots more videos like this coming your way. And yeah, I'll see you again very soon.